going to be going through error cards. So this isn't just my collection of error cards. This is something put together by E4, which is like, if I see somebody else cite this resource, I'm like, they know what they're talking about. So error cards, if you don't know, you got Pokemon cards, and then if the company makes an error in the process, like say we're going to see cards missing like the illustrator name, or the illustrator name might be different, or they're missing the HP, or they're missing certain words, or the holofoil's gone when it should be there. There's just so many little things. There's also error cards that have been corrected, and there's error cards that have never been corrected. So that's the only type of card you'll see is that error card. The ones that we're going to be looking at today are going to be the more valuable ones. So these are going to be the ones that were corrected later on. So there's going to be a small part with that error, and then the other ones are going to be fixed. Another thing, there's different types of errors which we're going to see, but there's also more of the weaker side of error cards in the community. Crimps, so you know how the cards are put in a booster pack, or maybe a promo's put in one of those plastic sleeves? And then those sleeves are closed together at the top with like a little crimp. Now sometimes the card gets in the way, and you'll see little like track marks on the card. That's a crimp, and they're kind of, they're more common type of errors. So you might have one of those, and the value of those, it really depends on what the card is and where the crimp is located. So like, if you have like a crimp in the middle of the card, that's pretty rare, and it's looked to be at, maybe a crimp collector would like that a little bit more than just a little bit of crimp on the top. So let's go ahead. We're going to look at E4, Elite Four forum, and check out some of these awesome error cards. If you didn't know about this error, it isn't something that's just going to pop out right away. So this Dark Dragonite, it is a non-holo, and it has the numbers 5 out of 82. Now, in the older WotC sets, the smaller numbers were given to the holographic cards. So the holographic Dark Dragonite is 5 out of 82, where the non-holo, I believe, is 22 out of 82. So right here we see that this is an error because it's supposed to be holo. So that is pretty awesome and a very, very valuable one. I'm not going to put the price. Prices change just about daily. But top of my head, this is probably going for close to 1,000. This is a bigger one right here. This is a really awesome error card because it's one of those big errors that kind of just like stare at you in the face. I wonder if you guys can see it if you don't know what it is, but it is the no damage Ninetales. So you see that the Ninetales does 80 damage with the Fire Blast. This error card, it doesn't have the 80 right there. So that is a very awesome error card. And very, very valuable. Definitely one of the bigger valuable ones. You'll notice that, though I'm not going to be putting the prices up here, like I said before, the prices change almost daily. These bigger errors on like holographic cards and cards that people like are usually the ones that are worth the most. All right, and here we got Dark Persian, which is missing the HP. So, and I'll go ahead and I'll read this one because I know about this one, but let's see if it says anything else. Missing 60 HP just to the right of its name, distributed briefly as an insert with the Nintendo Power magazine, August 2000, recalled soonly after its shipment. However, a portion remain circulated. So definitely keep your eye out. The great thing, reason why I love these error cards, is that there's a lot, if we aren't educated about error cards, there's so many of these things that can just like slip right by you. All right, so this one is one that I actually have, and this one I love it because it is like, it's debated whether or not this is an error. So let me see what they say right here. Was printed with a first edition stamp, whereas the vast majority of the print was not. Found very rarely within first edition jungle packs. Okay, I'm very happy that they said that they're found within the first edition jungle packs, and there was actually some magazines stating that there was a rare Pikachu, like find the rare Pikachu in the jungle pack. Some people think that this is the promo card that was handed out, and some of them have the first edition, but no, you can actually find some awesome videos where people open them up from the first edition jungle packs. This is a very cool card. It's debated whether or not it is a error card or if it's a secret rare. All right, Wartortle. This is another huge error, and this is one that I would love to have in my collection one day. As you see right here, this Wartortle evolves from a Wartortle. It is wild. So let's see. A Squirtle image should be found inside the Wartortle's evolution box. However, this error card contains a Wartortle in its evolution box instead, found very rarely in base set unlimited print packs. That is cool. So I didn't know if it was going to be found in a starter deck or not, because it seems like a lot of these base set errors, like the no damage Ninetales, the Ghost Pikachu, I don't know if we're going to see that. Those and the Diglett, we're probably going to see that later on, are found in theme decks. So it's cool to note this one is found in the base set packs. All right, so this is a very common one. Let's see if it mentions it. This is Blaine's Charizard. Right here, this is one that I have that a lot of people have. If you have a Blaine's Charizard, I am 90% sure you're going to see this error. It says discard all fighting energy cards, and it should be fire energy cards. So, yep, incorrect energy symbol placed within the Roaring Flames attack. Fighting energy symbol used instead of fire energy. Note the corrected version is significantly more rare than the uncorrected copy. Was corrected only for the unlimited print. Found within packs obtained from single country code gym challenge boxes. And then here we go. This is what they call a ghost Pikachu or ghost stamp shadowless Pikachu. Like I mentioned before, yep, these are found in shadowless variation of the base set theme decks, but they're not found in all of the shadowless ones. I've seen a few shadowless Zap theme decks opened up where they didn't have this ghost stamped. As you can see, it's a very lightly stamp of the first edition. It is a very gorgeous error card being Pikachu. And the other awesome thing is because you find it in a theme deck, when you open it up, you're going to get a few of them. I want to say there's going to be 3 or 4 ghost stamp Pikachus in that Zap deck. So that is so awesome. All right, this is a more common error card, and this is also one that is kind of debated on with whether or not it's an error or not. Let's see what it says, and then I'll tell you the longer story. So, printed with red colored cheeks instead of yellow, corrected mid-print, but was highly mass-produced. Red cheeks is slightly more rare, found within first edition and shadowless print base set booster packs. So, the story I heard was Arita originally drew Pikachu with yellow cheeks. And then, so there was the first edition Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. And then the company, I guess like WotC, was saying like, yo, Pikachu's supposed to have red cheeks. So they switched it over to red cheeks. And then Arita was like, yeah, I know Pikachu has red cheeks, but he's doing an electric attack. So that's why they're yellow right now. So they're like, okay. And then they listened to the artist and they fixed it later on. So that's a story I heard, why it went red to yellow. So the reason why I'm saying it's not exactly looked at to be an error is because it was on purpose to be yellow and then on purpose to be red, but then just switched. All right, this is, if you like collecting, if you want to start collecting error cards, I think this is a perfect place to start. So missing the jungle set flower symbol on the middle right hand side, although corrected fairly early, production quantity was extensive. Approximately 1 in 8 jungle hollows are no symbol errors, found rarely in unlimited jungle packs. So that's right. If you get a first edition jungle pack, you will not find this error. But if you get an unlimited jungle pack, there is a possibility that you will get this no jungle symbol error. It's like 1 in 8. So whenever I see old people's collections, like one of the most common errors I find are these no jungle symbol errors. And you can go on eBay and you could find a bunch of them. And the last time I checked, you can usually get one in decent condition for around $30. And I'm sure you could probably find some for even less. So if you want to collect error cards, one of the best places to start is jungle and just like get some no jungle symbol errors. Ooh, something very important that I don't think I talked about in my other videos is there are a lot of fake Pokemon cards. And a good way to see if your card is fake or not, because a lot of these fake cards have errors in them as well, is go ahead and get your card and hold it up to light or put your cell phone light on and see if you can see through the card. Normally you can't see through a regular Pokemon card. The fake ones are usually made using like cheaper materials and they don't put like a layer in the middle so you can see through them very easily. Another thing you're going to see is a lot of these errors are things kind of small. With fake cards, they usually have really crazy errors. Like it might say, this Blastoise evolved from a Charmeleon or something. Or it might say this Golduck does 20,000 damage and has 10,000 HP, where if you normally collect Pokemon cards, you'll know that like something above 320 HP, especially in the newer in the old cards, there's like nothing with 300 HP. In the newer ones, we do have some VMAXs and stuff with that kind of HP. So you'll see like if you see something doing more than like 300 damage or has like more than like 400 HP, especially in the older cards, that it's gonna, it's most likely gonna be fake, especially if they're in the thousands. So yeah, definitely check that out. But all right, let's go ahead. Let's check out these awesome error cards. This is one I actually just found out a while ago. I want to say from TCA Gaming. It's a Rocket Minefield. Incorrect description. So missing the number 2 within the description, which reads if Tails put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon, corrected late in production, and thus the corrected version is much more rare. Only corrected on the unlimited print copy, found rarely in unlimited print gym challenges. So yeah, put 2 damage counters. I believe that is the corrected one, right? So yeah, so this is another one that like, unless you really know about it, and I don't know, trainers and things like this, it's not that exciting for me, but might be for others. This one is another one when I purchased it like a year ago was like maybe like $5 or $6. It's a very cool error, as you see that it's the fighting energy is pointed over to the side, and these ones are, in the 2-player starter decks within base set. Base set 2? Yeah, okay. Found really within the base set 2-player starter decks. Okay, so that was the regular starter deck from the base set Unlimited with the Machamp and everything. So that's really cool. Here's another pretty awesome one, but also pretty common. So we had the fossil Zapdos, and up here on the left corner, you see that it's missing a holo pattern, and that holo pattern actually matches up perfectly for the evolution box. So right there, it's missing the holofoil for the evolution box. Side note is the Japanese cards for base set, jungle, and fossil. They all have the evolution box is holofoil right there, where in the English it is marked off and not holo right there. So that's just something that I realized early on. So those aren't errors in Japan, they're just all holofoil. This one is another one that I also heard about from TCA Gaming a while ago, and if you don't know about it, it can be kind of difficult to see. But right here we got D.E-fending instead of defending. And the cool thing is it's actually like, there's a few things. Heads, the defending, it's like that D, why is it capitalized? And then another thing is that there's actually a space. So it isn't like just a dot error. It's actually like a period, because there's like space for that period. So it is really cool. And looks like these ones are also found very rarely within the base set unlimited booster packs. These ones look trippy. So legendary collections are already pretty awesome. It has this fireworks pattern for the reverse holos, and then if you don't notice, these energy cards are all shifted, so it's missing the holofoil right underneath. That is so cool, and it's only for these ones. Notice it isn't for these right here, and these are found very rarely within legendary collection booster packs. That's so cool. This is one that I believe the corrected versions, are slightly more rare, like it says right here, and it's one that's really hard to see unless you know a lot about Pokemon. But the artist is actually incorrectly, it's incorrect artist. So I'll say incorrectly printed with Toshino Aoki, labeled as artist, while the correct artist was Kimura. So there's corrected later on, so like in the end of it. So that's why the error version with the wrong artist is not worth as much as the corrected version. I've seen this one in person. This is a super awesome error card. I think it's awesome because like one of Haunter's attacks is like lick, and it almost looks like a tongue print or somebody like licked the card. So right here, it's excessive yellow ink applied to the card's mid left side. Examples of this card have a range of severity found very rarely in first edition fossil packs. So that is so awesome. And one that's kind of similar is the Hitmonlee. So excessive yellow ink applied to the card's mid left side, just like the Haunter. This one looks a little bit less, but that is very awesome. Some people called it like a tobacco card or something like that. I want to say like on some of them you can almost see like a crown or something, but it wasn't really that. It's actually a print thing in the factory, and it's not a cigar like wrapper or something that people once thought. This one I do have. I think it's awesome just because it's part of the big three Pokemon, Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur. To have an air on one of those cards seems to be so cool. So the air is, let's see if there's a close-up. It says, put Blastoise on the stage 1 card. Oh, it's supposed to say put Blastoise on the stage 1 card, but instead it's missing stage. So this is the no stage Blastoise. Found rarely in base set unlimited packs. I love that card. One of the first airs I purchased. This one, these ones are ones that I don't care too much about. If you see, this is the air that they're going to be pointing out right here. It's a magenta colored dot found on the lower left just above its Hydro Pump attack. Found very rarely in base set packs. These ones I think are cooler. This is a Hickey stamp. This is a Hickey mark. Sometimes they look like hearts like this. And sometimes it's just like a circle. And then it's like something else that kind of looks like that. But let's see the explanation that it gives. Has a pink heart-shaped stamp on the top of the card. Found very rarely in base set unlimited packs. Note, in the 1990s, certain jewelry stamp kits came with heart shapes similar to below. This error is likely the result of deliberate stamping on the heart shape of the magenta printing plates. So that is very interesting, and I kind of heard about that because I believe some people found them on the Clefairy and the Chansey. We'll see if we see the Chansey. Oh, this one's the lick. This might be the lick, and the other one was the other thing. I think this one looks, yeah, this mirror looks more like a lick to me. So these ones are found in the fossil packs. I don't know which one I saw, if I saw this one or the other one, but I definitely saw one of the Honor Airs, and I think they're both really awesome. This one's kind of okay. This is the scratch. So if we look right here, there's that mark above the first edition, and these ones were found in the first edition packs. So yeah, this one's, yeah, it's pretty cool. I think this one's a little bit more awesome, and you'll see a lot of people, and I mentioned in my first error card video where I showed my collection, you'll see a lot of people saying that they have an error Crabby and they're asking crazy amounts of money for it. But it isn't. See how it's missing the black part right there? That is the error. All right, and it came in Fossil Unlimited print packs. But yeah, they call it the scratch, the Crabby scratch error. This one's pretty wild. I want to say I've seen somebody mark this, and it almost looks like a butterfly. It's an ink bubble, and there are a few ink bubble errors. This one's on the Ninetales. So like you can't even read its name completely, and it almost looks like a butterfly. So awesome. Then right here we have Dragonair, one of my favorite cards, and this one is the rainbow right here, the rainbow error. So you can't even see the whole thing of the number, and it came in the first edition. Found rarely in base set Shadowless and the first edition Shadowless packs. So yeah, this is another one of the things that I love to look for on eBay is I just search Dragonair Shadowless, and I try to see if I could read the word number or if it's missing something. It has a little rainbow mark. All right, Snorlax, what is it? Oh, it's just that yellow streak right there. That's interesting. I've honestly never seen that error before. D edition. I think this is one of the coolest errors. And the last time, I believe I got mine for like $15. And the last time I heard they might have been going for like $50 or $60. It's a more common, but such a big error. It's that D edition. I believe it's also caused by like a little bubble. Let's see what they say. An inked effect causes the card's first edition symbol to appear as a D, although the Butterfree is most common with this error. In rare cases, other first edition jungle commons have been found with the same defect. I don't know if they're going to show it, but another one that I've heard of is a Eevee. And it would be amazing to have a D edition Eevee. Found semi-rarely in jungle first edition packs. I haven't seen anybody pull one. But yeah, there are definitely a good amount around, and I do have one. Ooh, this is a big one, and you'd almost think if you pulled this one or you had this in your collection that it was a fake, and there are some wild things like that. So it's a magenta red ink smear on the reverse of first edition jungle cards. That is cool, and they're found in the packs. All right, what is this one? What are we I guess this would almost look like somebody messed with your card, so that's pretty interesting. It's a line error. Yeah, I think I've heard some on other ones. Not too exciting for me. Guess it's found in the jungle packs. That line error. This one's pretty awesome. To have something that actually kind of goes with the card, like blue flames, is pretty cool. So we got the blue flame, Magmar. And this one, I don't think it tells you where it comes from. I imagine it just comes from base 2 packs. But yeah, like I said, sometimes these come from the theme decks. I know there were some base 2 theme decks. But that is pretty awesome. All right, we got a blue butt. Yeah, I didn't even read it. But yeah, okay, that's the blue butt Vulpix. That's awesome. Another thing that is very common, as we can see right here, is that it normally says 50 HP. Vulpix says HP 50. It's rare to see it corrected. So the error card, kind of everybody always has that. But yeah, the blue butt, that's cool. And it comes in Shadowless and First Edition booster packs sometimes, so that's awesome. Ooh, this is cool. I see quite a few of these in the error card community that I'm in. It's like the stamp bled through the card into the back, and a lot of people are like, "Is this a fake card? Like, is this terrible? Why is it like that?" But we have, looks like a light stamp, regular stamp, blurry stamp, and a stamp on the back. So those are pretty cool error cards. These ones are wild, and they still have error cards like these to today. I believe a lot of the cards we're going to be looking at are from older sets, like the WotC sets. That's Wizards of the Coast. And yeah, the Shift, mid-print production general errors, misaligned holo. So yeah, and they have them in other sets too, but that is pretty cool. I've seen an Alakazam one. Looks awesome. Holo bleed. So if you look on the card itself, not the art, you see the sparkles and everything from the holofoil pattern. So that is pretty cool. And it is a more common error. So yeah, check out your old holo cards and even some new holo cards. I've seen a lot of people with Charizards from Evolutions with this awesome holo bleed. I mean, there's the reverse ones with that, but I'm talking about the regular holofoil ones where the holofoil goes into the card as well. These are awesome. And I think they're going to note that they can be faked. But yeah, we'll go ahead. Yeah, certain holographic and all-white filler cards can be easily faked for these. See the category near the end of this article. So yeah, this is like a filler card, and I've seen these before, but yeah, they're usually warned that, hey, these can be faked. Same with the crimps. That's what we talked about before. See this crimp right here in the middle? That's pretty rare and pretty awesome right there. People always talk about like, hey, if I have a crimper machine, maybe I'll just crimp it. I'll get a card, I'll crimp it, and I'll say it's worth so much more. I haven't really heard of anybody really doing that. And the other thing is that crimps aren't they're not the most sought out errors. Unless there's something kind of wild like this, then they might get a little bit more money. But for the most part, not just looked at to be damaged. And we'll go ahead, we'll read this. During the packaging and sealing process, some cards were caught between the heat press pads that seal the pack seams. Let me see how many P words I can say. Together results in a crimp-like impression on the cards, while most booster sealed cards with this error exhibit only very light crimp impressions along the top or bottom edges. Some are much more severely damaged. Common and uncommon cards are more at risk of this damage being positioned at the bottom and bottom inside card packs, and so are found semi-rarely. Holo and non-holo rares with this error are found very rarely, being located near the center. Like I said, the center, it's really rare. All right, what do we got? Neo Revelations expanded hologram area. So I believe outside it's going to be a little bit more holo. On certain Neo Revelation cards, a hologram is revealed in areas of the character image which were not intended. Oh, this is like when, okay, such as through the eyes of some Pokemon and in a larger portion of the background image produced on both first edition and unlimited print cards. Corrected copies can be more tough to find, so that's cool. Just holo where the holo is not supposed to be. I want to say, like, for these Neo Revelations, like for the Shining, I believe the card itself was the Pokemon itself was supposed to be shiny and outside not. It might have been the other way around, but sometimes they'll be flipped, or there'll just be some holofoil where it's not supposed to be, like it said in the eye and such. This is awesome. Partially non-holo cards, so we have the holofoil there, and it ends right there. You got a holo and a non-holo in one card. Yeah. And these are found in unlimited print jungle set, and I believe you might be able to find some other ones. These are wild. So you hear about cards being like OC or off center, which is another thing that like error card people are really tired of seeing. We don't care if it's just like there's a little bit more yellow on one side than the other, but when you could see two cards in one, that's crazy. So like this one right here where you can see like two cards in the back, or sometimes you can read another card on the top or on the bottom from that, then that's pretty awesome. I mean, error card collectors get really excited about that. But just a little OC, I mean, we see that all the time. But yeah, this, very cool. These ones, whoo, if you got some of these in your collection, you got some mad money. Also, if you got English version of these and it doesn't even have the stamp, you are balling. So yeah, right here, the stamp is supposed to be here, but instead the stamp is down there. As the sheet went through the stamping machine and the wrong orientation, copies of these are exceptionally hard to find and are reported by a WotC representative to have a production limit of around 30 for each card. That's wild, because I've definitely seen a few of these. Imagine there's only 30. Oh yeah, here we go. Missing the stamp. Ooh, you could see the impression. Missing the WB Kid stamp entirely. Certain copies may have an indentation of a stamp, but with no gold foil. And these ones are super wild that I believe people thought were fake for a while. So produced by Pacific Trading Cards, this card somehow made it into the Crown Royale Sports Cards die cutter. And it's a Caesar. That's such an awesome card. I believe there might have been another one. The Cigar Hitmonlee. Oh, see? I told you there was a Cigar Hitmonlee. It looked like it had that yellow thing, but I said it's like kind of had a crown. Yep, a crown roll leaf. And it wasn't a cigar thing. It actually, let's see. Later I realized it wasn't a cigar band, but thanks to my Hawaiian brother, it was part of the company's logo. See, yep, I told you. It was part of the logo and the thing. It wasn't a cigar, but it is pretty awesome. And yeah, the name stuck. Albino Zapdos. This is another thing. I hope they talk about it. These can be faked. Yep. This type of card would be suspected of alteration by sun bleaching, since the sun quickly degrades magenta and yellow pigments. So I've heard about people covering this yellow border and then just letting the sun bleach the outside. But yeah, definitely some cards were missing some of the coloring and they come out this albino. It is hard to verify. This is one of the few that can be verified as authentic. But yeah, this is very awesome. And there are some other cards that I've seen like that. And people do mess with regular cards to make them look fake. Oh, these ones are awesome. They have Magic the Gathering backing. So this is like when Wizards of the Coast did Pokemon and Magic, and you get your Pokemon card and it had a Magic back. That is super awesome. This is another one. I think this is why E4 is awesome. And I definitely I hope I gave respect to the people who did this, because I mean, I'm just reading this off. This is what I like to use. I have my own collection, but I want to give you guys this information. This is the person. These are the guys right down here too. Delibird, Tony, other people from E4 that go in and they correct these things and they add things, and Jay Canley, I believe. So yeah, thank these guys. This is awesome, beautiful with all these pictures and stuff. Okay, where was I? We went all through that. Dang, we're almost done. Non-holo Charizard, base set 2. So you'd normally be like, fake, that's a fake card. But they brought it to CGC. I don't know how CGC verifies it, but CGC has verified. They concluded that, this is real. I've heard about a couple people finding these, and that's pretty awesome. This is another one that I believe was just found to be an error. It looks like damage, but that's like the holofoil star pattern right there. It looks like a burn. But yeah, right there. Look at Mint 9 with that PD print defect. That's pretty awesome. So these cards that were typically not limited by set... Wait. Okay. Yeah. It was in there. What are these? Pre- and post-production test. Oh, test cards. Okay, that's cool. Position only. That's like a test thing and it came out. That's cool. Match print. I haven't really seen... That's the back of the card. That's really awesome right there. That would be an incredible card to get. Okay, these are cool too. So instead of the regular holofoil pattern, these ones had a galaxy starburst pattern. So it's the stars right here, and that's the error. This is a test print for the Blastoise. I love the print on this Blastoise too, but the back I believe was the Magic the Gathering. Yep, the black back was the Magic the Gathering, and that was that's worth a whole bunch of money. Here's another one that it's hard to verify the authenticity. These are the square cuts. Like I believe I mentioned before, some people were giving out sheets, or you can purchase sheets that weren't cut, and they go ahead and they cut them themselves and they sell them as an error. This is another one. I believe these are probably things that we're looking at like that people use. I believe it's like acetone or something like that, and they can actually rub off the art and everything and just leave the holofoil pattern in the back. But sometimes people said they got these without. So yeah, it's pretty wild. Pre-release Raichu. So you know how there's a pre-release Clefable? There's the Raichu in the base set that people said that they got pre-released. But yeah, I don't think people could really get the authenticity. We'll see what they say. Unlimited print base set Raichu with a green colored pre-release promotional stamp. Plenty of mythology and legend surrounds this card. As a result of numerous fake copies and resulting scams, the card's authenticity is terminally unverifiable. Opinions about this card have been thoroughly stated in the thread. Exactly. So if you do see one for sale, I wouldn't grab it. If you want to have one as like as a custom card or something, tribute card, then get it, but just know that it probably isn't real, and I wouldn't spend a lot of money on it. Red stamp pre-release Clefable, that's cool. That'll be Clefable with the red stamp instead of the other one. It was a test which stamp color best suited the Clefable just prior to printing. I need to see if mine is red. That's cool. With green being the final chosen color, you might say that this was a pre-release. Only one copy is known to be inserted. Okay, so I probably don't have that one. But hey, check. And the owner has chosen not to photograph the card, and so the card cannot be presented as an official test item. We already saw that. Faded Sun ink card. It's kind of like that Zapdos, that Albino, but maybe a little bit less than that. Shadowless cards, base set cards simply deemed as shadowless are not considered errors, so they are produced intentionally. Copyright cards, these are also, yeah, these are not errors, they're just produced later. All right, and I think that is all we're gonna. Let me see. Do they have more pages? Oh no, these are just comments. Okay. Woo! Yeah. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found some awesome error cards. I hope you guys check out your collection and see if you have any of these cards. And if you do, definitely let me know down in the comments below. I absolutely love error cards, and it's so awesome. It's just like my favorite thing to collect. Also, if you have something not on here, let me know as well. All right, see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You have a great day. Bye.